Hi, good morning, everyone. Today, I'm here to talk about the two requirements what we have in JLK's information technology, right? So both the requirements related to Datasphere. I will explain to you, in detail about that. So before starting talking about any kind of requirement, I just thought, okay, let's start with a good note. Okay. So good note in the sense like a good word, right? So what is that all about? Okay. So what I can say is that, yeah. So it is all about the life. Okay. So what I can say is, money is everything. Money is everything in life, but it is not life. Okay. Family is everything in life, and it is the life. Okay, this we need to keep in mind when we are, start thinking about the money, right? So now coming back to the point, so I just thought, not just thought, okay. So as per the process, as I said that we have launched a YouTube channel, and now this is the first posting which we are doing in YouTube channel. Okay, the roles what we have right now is for the two clients. Okay, both belongs to a senior BW for HANA consultant. Okay, a senior BW for HANA consultant who has a minimum 2 years of a Datasphere experience, right? Yeah. So now I'm going to talk about a role one. Okay, role one, okay, they call it as a Datasphere. Let me share my screen first. Yeah. So I'm sharing my screen, and yes. I think now the my screen is visible, right? Okay, fine. So now this is a role one. Role one, what they are talking about is a data sphere specialist. They call it as a data sphere specialist. Here we have two roles, two open roles, right? Yeah. So what is the start date? Start date is November 2nd. And the latest start date would be the second week of November. Initially, it will be for 6 months, and we have a chance of extension, right? So this is about the job details. What is that experience we need it? Experience level we need it is a senior level. So when I say senior level, it is something like 13 plus years of experience in SAP BW tools, okay, along with 2 years in Datasphere. Okay, so it is predominantly kind of like a senior guy, right? So I myself is also like a senior BW guy with all these kind of tools, right? So here what is this client? What is the current position? Why this role has been opened by the client is that they are looking out for integration. If you see that they have like a existing BI systems. When I say existing BI systems, they have you should be aware by this time, they have several BW systems of different versions, and they have like a S4 HANA system, right? So integration of these systems with your data sphere. Okay, and you need to find out the gaps, and you need to tell them what are the gaps and how do we do the integration. See, clearly said they have to investigate what gaps to fill, ensure the integration happen, right? So to the existing landscape, you need to add your data sphere and see how this integration happens. And you need to tell them that exactly if there are any gaps, right? So you need to tell them what are the gaps. And second and very important concept is authorizations. If you see here, right, authorization, you are having a BW authorizations. So all those authorizations, moving them to the data sphere level, right? So you should be aware of those kind of, like object level authorization, entity level authorization. So that experience they are looking at, right? So the JD, like what is that? You need to have very strong BW ABAP experience. When I say BW ABAP experience, like writing all kind of routines like start routine, end routine, field routine, expert routine, right? And your what to say AMDPs, CDS views, classes, right? So that kind of experience is must here, because that's where they are trying to integrate, they call it as integrate your BW with S4 HANA system. Okay, so this is must for role one. The must concept experience is what? Number one, authorization concepts. Number two, Datasphere 1 to 2 years of Datasphere experience. And you need to come out with pros and cons and gaps, to integrate your BI systems with S4 HANA system. Right. First of all, you need to understand the landscape. Then you need to tell them gaps. That is one. And like authorization topics, that is very important. And third is like BW ABAP experience is very, very, very mandatory. And if you see that these are the different types of works, right? Different types of works, responsibilities. But they have listed. I don't see anything specific here, because like I see authorization concept, data blending, orchestra. These are very simple things. And here what I see a specific thing is this one. Okay, integrating your data sphere, taking your data from your S4 HANA or BW4 HANA system and putting that into data lake, unstructured, right? Data lake is your unstructured. So looks like the customer has Azure data lake where they are dumping data, the most of that analytics and non-analytics data into that, and trying to do kind of reporting on top of it, right? So this is the one which I can see. So that means you need to have, experience of integrating, with Azure, or, you can go through the topics and, find out how do you integrate with Azure. And next is, these are the, like what is a AI integration in Datasphere. So now SAP has come up with a lot of, add-ons. SAC is having AI now, Datasphere is having AI now, BW is having AI now, right? So AI. How do you incorporate your AI tools into your SAP, Datasphere, or BW, or, like S4 HANA? Okay, this knowledge is enough. Okay, so this is all about the role one. Okay, if you feel that you are suitable for this role, please send your resume to hr@jlksinfotech.com. Okay, mentioning for which role you have applied, for which role you have applied. Okay, then I will be sharing a detailed job description to you. Okay, I think like this role one is clear. Now I'm getting into role two. Role two, they call it as like a BW, like a data sphere consultant. Okay, here also whatever applies to data, like the role one, the same will be applicable here. But here it is a 1 year. Okay, and but here in this case they are still in ECC. Okay, they want to get it into S4 HANA. So that would be the first step. When, okay, in between, so that means parallelly data migration will happen. For that also we need a senior BW consultants. But right now what is that they need is they need a Datasphere consultant to join the team to integrate SAP into AW cloud. See here. Again, whatever is there in this, right? In role one, you see in role one, the same thing, right? Where is that role one? Yeah. So this is your role one. See, integration, right? That is what they are also looking at. Okay, looks like they are also trying to create a data lake here. Okay. So here in this, we will be having several roles, multiple roles. I call it as X roles. X role stands for multiple roles. Okay. That means initially, like they have asked, this is the first opening for us, with that line. So like we need to have very senior, solid BW guy who has a Datasphere experience, okay, and who can guide them on this initially on this data set. Then, we can slowly build a team, like uh, for this migration and all that stuff. Okay, once this migration is done, adding that data sphere into the landscape, everything. Okay. So that, I mentioned it is a multiple roles. And the start date would be mid of November as usual and 1 year contract. Here, I don't see anything specific here. In roles and responsibilities, I don't see anything special or specific here because everything is simple. They mentioned as 10 plus, but I would say 15 plus years of experience in BW for HANA, who has worked on multiple roles, right? Multiple versions of BW. Okay, so this is what, like the complete. So it is general. It is general, like what we call it as uh, roles and responsibilities of any data sphere or BW consultant. Okay, so these are the two roles what we have it. Role number one, I have two open roles, and role number two, currently I have one open role, which may lead to multiple roles because we are seeing that there is a migration thing which customer is already planned and budgets are already approved. So overall, what is that we need? We need a senior BW guy who had worked on multiple versions of BW, okay, and who has experience of integrating with multiple systems like your BW for S4 HANA system and existing older versions of BW systems, right? And who has experience of extracting different what's the methodologies of data extraction like your CDS views, extractors, ODP extractors, all that stuff, right? And for role one, specifically, strong ABAP experience is needed and authorization experience is needed. Okay. And for role two, I don't see anything. I don't see anything important there. Okay. And for role two, like for role one, it is authorization, BW ABAP, and like integration. Okay, so and moreover, if I really look at right, so both the roles are talking about the same, but here already S4 is there. In role two, S4 is not there. That's all. So I hope you got the point. And when you are applying, okay, please apply saying that apply, put your resumes to hr@jlksinfotech.com, mentioning that for which role you have applied. Then I will be sharing the complete JD to you. Okay. Hope this is clear for you. So I will be, like stop sharing. Okay. And moreover, like I will stop recording as well. Thank you very much. Okay. I wish you good luck, guys.